Good morning and happy Friday. Woo woo. Okay, remember, you are to complete pages 200 and 201 in your instructional book before watching this video. This is independent practice, so I'd like you to try to solve these on your own and then come back and see how you did. Okay, so number 1, Maddie's dresser is 44 inches shorter than her bedroom wall. The length of the dresser is 36 inches. What equation can she use to find the length of the wall? Circle the correct answer. Well, before I look at any of my answers, I like to write out what I think the equation should be and then match it to one of these answers. So I know that her dresser is 44 inch. I have 44 and 36. I know it is shorter than her bedroom wall. Okay, the length of her dresser is 36. So I'm looking for an equation that will find the length of Maddie's wall. So if the dresser is 36 inches, and we know that it is 44 inches shorter than her wall, we are going to add 36 inches of the dresser plus the 44 inches from the dresser to the wall equals. So I'm going to see if I have an equation here. Oh, look, D matches my equation. Put my little question mark there. Oops, you can't see all that. Let me zoom out just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So her dresser is 36 inches, and I know that it's 44 inches shorter than her wall. And so since I'm looking for the length of her wall, I'm going to add the 44 inches plus the 36 inches to find the length of her wall. Number 2. Jordan has 2 tracks for his toy cars. One track is 25 inches longer than the other. What could be the lengths of the tracks? Circle all the correct answers. Okay, well, if you remember when it says all the correct answers, that means I'm looking for more than one answer. So I can have 2 answers, 3 answers. So let's figure out what our problem is asking. Now circle my numbers. I have 25 inches. Okay. So I know that Jordan has 2 tracks for his toy cars. Okay, I know that one track is 25 inches longer than the other. So that means, what does that mean? Okay, so A says 12 inches and 13 inches. So if I were to add 12 inches plus 13 inches, that would give me, that would give me 25 inches. And I know that it's 25 inches longer than the other. So between 12 and 13, that's 25 inches altogether. That is not one being 25 inches longer. So it is not A. Okay, so I have 75 inches and 50 inches. Well, I know that if I have 50 inches on one and then one of them is 25 inches longer, that would make it 75 inches, which is my second number. So B can be one of my choices because there is a difference of 25 and 75 and 50. 75 inches is 25 inches longer than 50 inches. Okay, let's look at C. I have 20 inches and 45 inches. So I need one is 25 inches longer. So is 45 25 inches longer than 20? Let's see. 20 plus 25 because it's 25 inches longer equals 45. That matches my second number, so it can also be C. Now let's look at D. I have 5 inches and 20 inches. That one seems simple enough to do in my head. If I add them, it equals 25 inches altogether, and that's not what I'm looking for. And if I subtract or add 25 to 5, it gives me 30 and not 20. So if I have 5 inches plus 25, that gives me 30 inches, and that number's 20, so it's not D. So your answer should be B and C. Oh, that is a lot of math that we're doing here today on a Friday. Number 3, Willa draws 3 lines. A blue line that is 55 centimeters long, a red line 14 centimeters shorter than the blue line, and a green line 23 centimeters shorter than the red line. What is the length of the green line? Circle the correct answer. All right, so here we only have one correct answer. All right, so it gives me 3 different lines, and I'm looking for the green line. What is the length of the green line? Okay, well, I know the green line is 23 centimeters shorter than the red line. Okay. And the red line is 14 centimeters shorter than the blue line. Okay, the only one I know for sure is that my blue line is 55 centimeters long. So I'm going to have to go through each of these lines to determine how short the green line is, or the length of the green line, how much shorter. So if my blue line is 55 centimeters, I'm going to start with 55 centimeters. Okay, my red line is 14 centimeters shorter. Once again, you can use any subtraction method that you have learned this year. I'm going to do my tens and ones. Okay, so 5 minus 4 is 1, and 50 minus 10 is 4. So I have 41. So the red line is 41 centimeters. But I don't want to know how long the red line is. I'm looking for the green line. So now I'm going to start with the red line. My red line is 41 centimeters. Oops, I'm going to have to zoom out because you won't be able to see that one. There we go. All right, so the red line, this is the blue. My red line is 41 centimeters that we determined. Now I know that my green line is 23 centimeters shorter. So if it's shorter, that means it's smaller. So once again, I'm going to subtract. Oh my, I only have 1 1 and I can't take away 3 1s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to regroup. So I'm going to take a 10 from here, so that leaves 3 10s. I'm going to put my 10 here. So now this number is 11. So now I have 11 ones minus 3. So 11 minus 3 is, very good, is 8. Okay, now I have 3 10s minus 2 10s, which is 1 10. So my correct answer would be 18 centimeters. The green line is 18 centimeters. I know that took a lot of math to get to the green line. Alright, I've got 3 more problems for today, and then you will be taking your math quiz. Woohoo! I know you love math quizzes. Alright, let me make this a little bit bigger again. Alright, number 4. How you guys doing so far? Are you getting all your answers correct? I'm glad to hear that. Let's look at number 4. Bella hangs a string of lights in her room. Then she adds 2 more strings of lights that are 12 feet and 9 feet long. Altogether, the length of all the lights is 32 feet. How long is the first string of lights? All right, let's go back into our problem and get all the information we need. Okay, so we know that Bella hangs a string of lights in her room. That's all the information it gives us at the top. Then, so we have one string of lights. That's an unknown number. Then she adds 2 more. So we're adding lights that are 12 feet and 9 feet. So I'm going to add 12 feet and 9 feet. There we go. You see that? So all together, let me write this so we can see it better. I'm going to have to zoom out. Okay. So I have unknown string plus 2 more that are 12 feet plus 9 feet equals. Altogether, the length of the light is 32 feet. So all 3 strings of light equals 32 feet all together. So now I need to solve. We're going to fill in the blanks. Then we're going to circle all the answers that show a step in solving the problem. Okay, so we wrote out a problem here where we just put all 3 numbers together. But what the problem wants us to do is to break this down into smaller problems to work. So 12 plus 9. What is 12 plus 9? Okay, yes, it is 21. Okay, can this be a step in solving our problem? Well, right here, let me get a different color to help show that. I do have 12 plus 9. So yes, A will help us solve this problem. Okay, let's look at B. 12 minus 9 is what? Great, it is 3. Does that help us solve this problem up here? Am I subtracting anything? No. Okay, so B is not going to help us at all. All right, 21 plus 32. So what is 21 plus 32? Okay, so 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, so all I did is I added my 1s and then I added my 10s together to get 53. Well, let's look up here. Am I adding? We got 12 plus 9 was 21. That was A. Am I adding 21 plus 32 to get my answer? No, 32 is the length of her lights. So my number cannot be any larger than 32. So C cannot help us at all either. So now I have 32 minus 21. Well, even though I have a blank plus 21 equals 32, I need to solve this. I need to figure out what this missing number is. So I have 32 altogether. The 2 strings she added was 21 centimeters long. Or feet, I'm sorry, we're in feet. 21 feet long. So to find my final answer, I am going to have to subtract 32 minus 21. So D. And now let's solve this to find our answer. Okay, so I have 2. I'm going to do my 1s first. So 2 minus 1 is 1. And then I'm going to subtract my 10s. 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay, so it should be 11 feet. So my missing problem here is 11 feet. And breaking it up to problems A and D will help you solve the problem. Okay, how'd you guys do on that one? I know we got a lot of complex 2-step problems here, but I think y'all are doing great. Problem number 5. Josh was on a path 100 meters long. He ran 35 meters and then started walking. He ran again for the last 15 meters. How far did Josh walk? All right, so the path was 100 meters long. Okay, so that's my total, 100 meters. So I have 100 meters. That's my total. It tells me that path is 100 meters long. Okay, so he ran 35 meters. So we have 35 meters. Then he walked. So I'm going to add some walking here. Okay, and then he ran for the last 15 meters. Plus 15 meters. So all of this should add up to 100 meters. So the first thing I want to do, you can do this different ways. I can start with 100, I can subtract 35, and then I can subtract 15. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with 35 and 15, and it shows that I need to add them. So I'm going to add 35 plus 15. Now I can do base 10 blocks, 30, 1, 2, 5, and 15. It's 10, 1, 2, 5. Okay, so then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all of this and this makes another 10. So then I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so all I did first is I went ahead and added 35 and 15 because that's how much he ran. Now I need to figure out how far he walked. So if he ran 50 meters and the path is 100 meters, I am now going to subtract 100 minus 50. Now I know some of you are like, oh, I got this in my head, it's so simple. And that is great. Go ahead and put your answer down. For those of us who still don't know, we can add up. We can do a number line from 50 to 100. I can count by tens. I can go 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, which gives me 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So he walked 50 meters. Okay, you guys are noticing a pattern, aren't you? That they're all two-step word problems. Right, last problem for today, and you will be finished for this week. You're to write your own word problem that uses length, then solve your word problem. So I'm going to leave number 6 for you to do. Remember your word problem, we did this in class back in February, beginning of March. So get creative, make a word problem, and then solve it. Now don't forget to go, if you need some more practice. Oh, there isn't any extra practice. All right, don't forget to take your test. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.